Well, Peter King, it's great to see you again. This is the first time, though, I've been at a Chargers camp, and it's not in San Diego. This will sound strange. What do you think of the Los Angeles Chargers of Orange County?
It's so bizarre. I didn't go to the Rams last year, and so I saw the Rams yesterday. Mm-hmm. So now, 6.5 miles apart in Orange County, there are two NFL teams. After not having one been there, not having a team anywhere in Los Angeles area since 1994. So obviously it's a new world. I guess I'm a combination pragmatist and sentimentalist. I think the Chargers should be in San Diego until the day we all die. I think the Raiders should be in Oakland till the day we all die. Mm-hmm. It's interesting talking to Dean Spanos here. I think one of the things that, because I'm not in San Diego, and so I don't know the tick-tock of everything involved in this, but I sense there's two legitimate feelings by him. One is sorrow that it didn't happen. Two is realism that I can't change what happened in San Diego, and I'm going to look forward. And again, I know that there are so many people in San Diego who forever will be angry at the Spanos family. And look, I think he's realistic enough to know that if he were a fan, he'd be angry too. You took away my team. And, it's a no-win situation for San Diego, and now they got to try to make it work here.
No one in San Diego has had a chance to talk to Dean since he made this move. Did you get any sense of any regret from Dean in the move, or was it just like, I had to do it?
Told me I have no regrets. I can look myself in the mirror. And, basically that, he probably said 3 or 4 times, I don't want to look back. I want to look forward. And that's mostly what he did. But again, it's probably unfair for me to make any sort of value judgment or to judge his words, because simply I wasn't there. I didn't live the TikTok like you did and like so many people did. And it's just one of those things that, in my opinion, that deal probably was never going to get done to the team's liking and to the NFL's liking.
For whatever reasons, the Chargers seem to be a trendy pick as a team that could be a playoff contender. It could go from like worst to first. What are your thoughts on this year's Chargers?
I was in Denver the other day, Marty, and the Denver Broncos have tremendous respect for this team. And they know that pretty much there's a lot in place, especially if Mike Williams is healthy enough to play. There's a lot in place. They got 2 pass rushers. They have a cornerback that they kind of stole from the Packers, and they got. I'm not saying that Bosa and Ingram are the best set of bookend pass rushers in the NFL, but they're in the top 3 to 5. And so I look at this team and say, like I say about so many teams, if they stay healthy through this year, and nobody stays healthy through this year, but if those 5 or 6 really key guys, you factor in Ingram, the pass rushers, Hayward, Phillip, Keenan Allen, you factor all those things in. To me, I look at it and I say there's absolutely no reason why they won't win, why they won't compete deep into the season in that division.
We'll never know how deep the Raiders would have gone in the playoffs if Derek Carr didn't go ahead and break his leg, but he seems to be back, and they added, Jared Cook from the Packers. How dangerous are the Raiders for the season?
Well, to me, I think that you're right. We'll never know if Derek Carr didn't get hurt against the Colts. I'm not saying they would have been kryptonite for the Patriots, because I don't think that any young team like that going into Foxborough in mid to late January is going to win the game. I've only seen, in my years covering the NFL, I've only really seen one incredible upstart team beat the best team in football, and that was the year that Michael Vick went into Lambeau Field on a Saturday night, a snowy Saturday night, I think his 2nd or 3rd year in the league, and beat Brett Favre at home. And so I don't think Derek Carr is going into Foxborough and beating Tom Brady, but tell you what, would have been a heck of a game.
Last question I'll ask you, because you mentioned you've been with the Denvers. Can the Broncos win with Trevor Siemian or Paxton Lynch this year?
I think as big a question is, will their line protect them? And in my opinion, I just think that no matter who they pick at quarterback, if their line is as leaky as it was last year, it doesn't matter. They're not going to be nearly as good. They'll win 9 games because their defense is fantastic, and they've got some weapons on offense, but this is a team that really depends on that offensive line. And to my mind, look, I absolutely believe it's 51-49, one of those quarterbacks. I don't know who's going to win it. But at some point this year, after going there, I really feel strongly that at some point this year, Paxton Lynch is going to be the quarterback. They're committed to Paxton Lynch. And unless, if they give the job to Siemian opening day and they win 8 in a row, okay, he's got the job. But I think if they're in and out and just okay with Siemian, they're going to give it to Lynch, and not just for a couple of weeks. They'd give it to him for the rest of the year.
Peter, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you so much.
Okay.